Hi guys. The other day, something funny happened, all right? I was driving my car, all right, going like 170, 180, trying to catch up with this guy over there while he is in his E30 318i, all right? And I couldn't catch up with him. You know what's more insulting is when Thomas told me that, hey bro, you know, my Ecopia tires, yes, it's running on Ecopia tires. No, some Energy XM2, something.
Eco tires.
Some Eco tires from Michelin while I'm on my Continental CSC 5P. And then further on, he told me that
Wheel drum brakes.
his drum brakes heat up. And I couldn't catch up with him.
You shouldn't drive that fast. No one should.
So this is the eccentric character Thomas Yap of Horizon, all right? And today I want to actually interview him. I'm sure a lot of you are curious with this bugger right here and his cars, right? Look at this, his Megane RS 280 Cup.
Yep.
His E30 4-door, he told me he doesn't like the 325i, he likes the 318i. Maybe he'll explain why later, all right? And his amazing mini rack top, you know, with fender flares, these are stocks, huh? And the rack top on top, and of course his crown jewel, you know, his amazing Porsche Spyder. So bro,
Hey.
I think a lot of people are curious. It's like, who is this guy? You know?
First of all, you shouldn't be driving that, but that was quite scary. You shouldn't do that. I don't want to do that anymore. No more. I'm done doing that. So what's
No, I was like, mind telling us a little bit about yourself? Like where the hell you came from?
Well, I came from a hospital called Pantai Hospital. No, I'm raised in Segamat in Johor.
You're from Segamat?
I'm a Segamat, yeah. So I'm not from KL, but basically I'm a KL person right now. I love cars since I was young. In fact, a lot of my breaking points, turning points in my life is all revolving around cars.
Nice.
Yeah, I just adore them. When I was young, my dad drove a lot. Sit next to him, you know, he'll drive his Honda, drive my grandma's Honda Accord SM4. He had Land Rovers, Discoveries, and my dad loved driving so much, and you know, it's just always been part of my life, you know. Yeah.
Let me roll front a little bit. Where did you did your studies, and what did you study?
I failed my A-levels. I was mixing with the wrong people. My dad.
So if you fail, it's all right.
Yeah. And then my dad realized that I'm trying to follow my brother. He's too smart, so he doesn't study. He gets straight A. So he sent me to do culinary arts in hotel management. Went to Switzerland.
Oh, yeah, Switzerland.
That was easy because it's more like practical, you know, hands-on kind of business study.
Yeah.
Did pretty well. I went to Bournemouth in UK to get my degree, hospitality. Came back, I thought I have a good salary. Ended up working in a hotel, 2008 a month.
Here.
So I started in Malaysia, Shangri-La Hotel, Kuala Lumpur. I mean, it was a great opportunity, but this is just the market rate. You know, it's just the reality of what people will pay you. Right? Yeah. That's how I started. Yeah.
And then, you were stationed in overseas for some time, right? In hotel.
Yes,
industries?
when I was studying in Switzerland, we have internships. So I went to Zhuhai.
Zhuhai, in China.
Yeah, China. Yeah. And then I did my other internship in Mandarin Oriental.
All right.
Kuala Lumpur, yeah.
So from hotel, how do we end up with the Thomas who are able to? I mean, I'm sure some of you will be interested because I always get people asking like, "Hey, can you share with us how, you know, what did you do? What was the point where your breakthrough came or something like that?"
Well, I would say even before everything started, it actually came from a low point in my life.
All right.
I was a duty manager in a hotel, and you know, I remember it was 6:45 a.m. in the morning, 2012, and I was my Honda City IDSI, okay, the silver one.
Your Honda City,
the one with the ducktail, you know.
Yeah, the first gen.
And I was parked at the car park, right. That I had to park a bit further at Life Center, and I was crying in my car because I was working 8 days, 12 to 18 hours a day. I just want to sleep, but I can't, right? Because you have to report to work, and the hotel depends on you, a duty manager.
Yeah.
So I wanted to resign, but I cannot, because if I resign, I can't pay my rent at the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
So every month is just like this cycle of like quite torturous. I mean, I wanted to get my promotion, I worked really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, some people will say that, you know, Thomas, you're young, you know, this is nothing. But I felt trapped. So I decided then, right? I said, Thomas, if there's a better way to live life, even if you don't like it, you force yourself to look at it. Open your mind, open your heart. Just go out in the world and see other ways of earning money, living life.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided in the Honda City IDSI. Then one of my good, my childhood, my dad's childhood friend, he asked me if I wanted to do sales. Want to be an entrepreneur. I said I don't know anything about that. I don't know jack shit about it. But I realized that
was
2013.
13, okay.
December. So I said, okay lah. Reluctantly I went, but I opened my mind. I take a look. I said, hey, this is. So I was introduced to the business called Kangen Water or Enagic.
Kangen Water.
Yes. So that was my first business opportunity was presented by him. And I thought to myself, there's a lot of things I don't like, but the truth is not everything is perfect in life, isn't it? Sometimes you just look for the next best thing, right? So I picked it up, I got into the business. A few months later, I quit my job. I jumped into it in March 2014. Yeah, and it was not great at the beginning.
You have to meet friends and family.
Trying to sell. Yes,
the machine.
12,000 ringgit or 4,000 US dollar.
Were you like
carrying
machine. Around?
Yeah, carrying the tools. I have this roller. I roll my tools in.
Like Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness. Right.
Wow, but the difference is I'm driving a Honda City IDSI.
A bit better than him, right? He's taking buses.
I got to say, I'm really in a comfortable state. Some people are struggling even worse. So you just do what you can for yourself, right? So I was doing that first 3 months. I didn't get good enough sales. It was just horrible.
And then, when was the time where everything just scaled up after that?
First breakthrough was I started to learn how to have a thicker face. To ask people to buy. Not just so polite to people.
Why they should buy.
Be serious. Not just present and try to maintain a good relationship.
Let's seal the deal today, right?
Yeah, let's seal the deal today. What do you need to close the deal? I started becoming more like a sales professional, become confident in myself. But there was a risk because I quit my job, I got cocky. I went to rent a nicer place, I increased my rental. And I couldn't pay for it.
Oh!
Yeah. And my dad didn't bail me out.
He said, you're in your own shit.
You figure out yourself. I had to call my landlord. Hey, landlord,
that's
no
very
money.
True when you mention about daring to close the sale. A lot of you in sales, right? You don't dare to ask the client. So can we seal the deal today? A lot actually don't dare to say that. And then what went? How it snowballed?
So I was doing sales. I was damn hardcore. I started to break through. I was desperate to make money because I said if I can't pay my bills, I got to go back and work again. Right? So I beg people to mentor me. I go and see people. I say I do anything for you. Just teach me how your kung fu. Whatever. Sometimes just gotta be humble, right?
Yeah.
So went out there, took whatever I can, started applying it. So 4th month onwards, I made my first 5-figure.
Wow.
For me, right? I used to earn 2.8 a month. 5 figure is but I have to pay all my debt, right? Then next month I was able to clear all my debt, and then that's the 5th month. And then by the 8th month I was making almost 8-9 times more than what I used to get paid in the hotel. And then the 9th month on the December 2014, I bought my first BMW, a 118i.
Oh, your 118i.
Yeah.
And then after that?
After that, then my mentor invited me to expand the business to India with him. He was exploring. India.
So, the time you'll be like...
Yeah, I barely was very far in my career, and I said yes to it.
And then you just flew over there? Which part of India?
We started with Mumbai. Yeah, and then Bangalore, Hyderabad. That one, I took all my savings and I dumped into it. I worked with my mentor, couldn't make it without my mentor.
How long you stayed in India?
Back and forth. I say 14 months of hardcore traveling.
How old were you back then?
2015. So 2015 I was, I'm 16 to 26.
26.
Yeah.
26.
Can't speak the damn language.
And Thomas flew over to India and just went all out, dumped in everything. And it wasn't easy,
I got goosebumps talking about this, but they were nice there. I couldn't sleep. I was worrying how am I'm going to be bankrupt. My credit cards are maxed out.
You guys have no staff, nobody. You have to start from hiring. training.
Everything, figure out the system. No, figure out how to even sell. You don't have revenue, you can't hire anyone, you can't do anything, right?
And it's like, it's so counterintuitive, right? A lot of people has this notion of thought whereby India, they don't mind drinking from any source, but yet you are there to tell them to drink like really, really clean water, right?
And very healthy water. It's outside the budget people will even consider in a water machine, right? Right. So we had to figure out the right marketing approach, the right angle, you know. Of course, everything is localized. So I got to figure out their local language, how they think, getting the right partners on board. But it's heartbreaking, no? If you put your life savings on it and then the partner didn't work out, of course your heart just crumble. But it was a great experience, you know. I think I got goosebumps about it because it was a defining point in my life too.
Yeah.
And again, I thank my mentor. He's a bit of a car guy as well. So he once asked me when we were having lunch. That was November before we flew to India. Before India existed as an idea. He asked me, Thomas, what's your dream car? I said, because I told him I drove test drive a Volkswagen Golf, TSI and GTI. I said I want the car. He said, Thomas, what's your dream car? I said maybe that or maybe Ford Focus. He said, Thomas, don't lie to yourself. We both know. I know you. You want a BMW, right? No, I told him, you cheese him. Of course, you can say, because he's successful, you know, old man in his, not old man, you know, 50s, you know, he's successful, you know, stays in a nice house, has BMW S-Class, all this. I insulted him, I said, how can you say that? You can say that because you can tahan.
Yeah.
Then, you know what, that was a point where I said, I realized I condemned myself by insulting him.
Yes.
He said, you can one. You got to figure out how, right?
Yeah.
So he said, aim for a BMW. The next month, made the sales, and then the BMW appeared, right? You gotta, you know, if the moment you say cannot, right, you condemn yourself, right? So, and because of that, then I thinking, okay, if I can get a BMW or that breakthrough, what other place I can break through in my life? That's when I said, you know what, let's do India. You know? Yeah.
You see, people who are trying to dream and then they buy a new BMW when they, you know, earn their reward. After they reach a certain status, they go and buy old BMW.
But yeah, I mean, you got to take risks. If anything, you know, I think taking risks is something that, you know, that allows you to explore the possibilities of life, you know. And the reason why people don't take risks, this is my theory, is that people don't want to be responsible for the outcome. If you take the risk and you can't afford the outcome, you don't want to be, you say, we don't know what's going to happen. But if you say that I'm going to deal with it if it comes to me, that's the mature approach to risk, right? You take it, you have to be responsible. A lot of people are not ready to be responsible, but if you can, then you can do anything you want, right? You know. But
and here we are.
Take some risk, you know.
Here he is, you know, a boy from Segamat, if you don't mind, and now he's here in downtown Damansara.
I'm not like super.
I know. But hey, bro, you paid your dues. You paid your dues, right?
Better than Honda City IDSI.
So later on, I'll go drive around here in one of Thomas's car, and we'll see why he liked this area. You know, this amazing area called Damansara Heights, surrounded by nice neighborhoods, Bangsa, you know, Mont Kiara, Sri Hatamas, Tamantun, and KLGCC. And just gonna drive his car, and then we'll continue the chat in the car.
Which car are you looking?
Don't know.
Which one you want to drive?
Which one? All right. Whoa! Oh, got aircon lah.
Later lah.
All right. It's so nice.
Yeah, bro.
I guess you won't move out of this area. This area is just so unique, actually, in a way. When you look at Klang Valley and then you look at KL, and then even the entire KL, and then you look at this area, this enclave of Bangsa, Bukit Damansara, and then further up there, Sri Atamas, Mont Kiara,
TTI,
TDDI KLGCC. This
And
area.
then your friends in BJ, you just right down the highway, you're in BJ already.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's such and it's like in the middle of the city, but you're surrounded greenery in
Yep.
greenery like always.
Yep.
It's nice lah.
And eateries are great here, coffee shops are great. And the best part I like about this place, because especially Damansara Heights,
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of condos, so it's not as congested,
Yeah,
you know.
compared to Mont Kiara, right?
Mont Kiara or even, you know, like Subang, you know, like PJ, you know, Puchong. Yeah, wherever there's a lot of condos, it's always congested. But here, the worst here is very acceptable here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The worst here is actually
very acceptable.
it's a nice area.
Yep.
So I'm sure a lot of you would want to know, apart from the things that Thomas has done last time, like, I mean, okay, you know me, I would love to know how to invest in whatever it is, because, I mean, it came to a point whereby I think of myself like, I felt I'm like a hard labor. I mean, not a sweating type, but I'm still doing labor work. But what are some of the things that you do besides like what you do with Kangen water in India?
Yeah.
What are some other things that you buy, maybe you sell? What you mind sharing a bit with me?
Well, definitely you have to invest now, right? You have to generate income multiple ways.
Yeah.
Small or big, whatsoever. There are many ways to invest. There's no one way to invest. I don't believe there's one way. But I do everything from real estate. You know, I put some in funds. You must have a variety of portfolio. Even high risk things like forex. I'll put a little bit of money here and there.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to have a portfolio. Of course, but my base, my bread and butter is real estate lah. 招美料嘛, how can we say? The how also the building is there. People need to stay, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you earn more, earn less, right? Yeah. So a mixture of things. There are a lot of people always say you need a lot of money to invest. Actually, there's so many ways to invest with very little money as well. Yeah. Funds. You know, you can't buy stock, buy a fund, buy index, buy funds.
You just buy properties here, or you also buy in like
I
other.
got in UK.
UK.
I bought properties here too. Yeah. Properties are not easy. This is upfront, right?
Mark Francis just bought this as well.
Nice.
Senada.
Property is not easy because you got to manage it. It's not entirely passive one,
Yeah.
right? But when you get a good property, you know, you're looking at capital inflation, you're looking at cash flow, right? And even though some people say, do so hard for only 200 ringgit, but that's no sikit jadi bukit, right? You build a portfolio, right? Yeah. It's a wide topic, but yes, I do touch different areas, but my big chunk of it is real estate.
My neighbor back in 2017 or 16, they weren't doing that well in their business and all that, right? So all of a sudden they heard people talking about this Bitcoin thing, right?
Yeah.
And they bought like a ton of Bitcoin,
right?
And then they just let it sit there, and then after they buy, they're like trying to learn their way lah. And that time, right, it was barely over $1,000 US.
Yeah.
And now I see them, the day I met them, they were like, they feel glad lah. But of course, these are the kind of opportunities that it will only come once in a lifetime.
Yes.
It's just mad. And to them, they told me, it's like, it's unbelievable. It's like, now I can just take one of my whole bunch of Bitcoin, and actually they bought a used GLC. Back then they bought like a few $100 US, and then they just I mean, I don't mean asking people to invest in Bitcoin lah.
That is the magic of investment. If you imagine, I mean, sure, you didn't put in Bitcoin, you put everywhere. You know, maybe you put some in index, S&P 500, put some in property. You know, let's say the economy moves a certain way. You're there to capture the opportunity. So investments is like you put yourself, you place there ready to capture if the opportunity swings your way.
Yeah.
Right?
Like this one, it only takes Bitcoins to buy. So if you have some Bitcoins lying around, right, you can buy this project. I mean, I bought Jandela. This is Senada. You can get this like 800K. This property, right, Senada, right, is those 700 square foot, 800 square foot, 900 square foot, right? So I think it's for rental, or single,
Single,
or
yeah.
those who doesn't want kids, you know.
Ah.
Or some people who maybe they stay here with their whole family,
Yeah.
they want a second home to do their own work. Like to do their own, they want to finish their big project, the decks for their big project, or finish their novel or something. So from what I look at it is that it's all out here alone. There are no land around it.
Yeah.
So unlike Mont Chiara, that any view you have.
Compared to Mont Chiara, this place is really a different offering. Yeah. Even in Damansara Heights, it doesn't have this kind of layout.
It's just all by itself there.
Yes.
And then
Mangsa is surrounded by houses. You see rooftops all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. So there is a very interesting offering over here.
Yeah.
I think capital gains, there's a possibility. That's what investors look for. You know, if I buy for 800, maybe after 5 years I flip it for 100, 1.2, 1.1.
Understand.
Yeah. There's a novelty, and yes, you're right. In that sense, in earning by capital gains, there's a possibility. Because there's where other property in Damansara Heights offers you greens around you. None. So in that perspective, yes, I think this place is has a unique offering. Yeah. And look, it's nicely maintained. You invite your friends over. So you drive here, it's like, wow, you know, like Thomas made it, man. Baller, bro.
I just love this area.
There's
I think we can drive back to your
there's no commercial lots around here, so you're not gonna see the roads are this empty. Only people who live here go in, go out.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. I think now that you asked that question one more time, I think this place has a potential for capital gains because it's unique. You know.
For those of you who ask me like, oh, Jandela is nice, Bobby, but the entry is a bit too high. You know, like 1.4 million around that range, and it's actually like 3-bedroom for full family. This guy here is actually suitable in terms of entry price into KLGCC.
Yeah.
One touch.
Manual window, automatic roof.
And then your Porsche is powered window and manual roof.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, this is Thomas, and
Eyes on the roof.
subscribe to his channel, you know, because he has a lot of interesting things to share. Even though he's a lot younger than me, right? I actually learned a lot from him.
Yeah,
I don't know how he learned so many things, you know, like within such a short period of time. And so yeah, very interesting friend.
I learned from him also.
Very fast driver.
Hey,
Very fast. Okay.
I drive
Skillful.
spirited driver.
Very skillful driver. Careful, if not Josiah will take a picture of it. If
We
Josiah
call
is
this
up
a
there.
Josiah corner because he always catch people crashing this corner.
Yeah, I think the next person I should interview is Josiah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Alright. Cheers, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more content like this. Yeah, all the interesting fellas. Cheers.
What the hell? I see you are skillful. Now you're. What is this,